While we were waiting for the vets to arrive to help the lion, we decided to go on a short drive, stop at Wild Dog Dam and just enjoy some birding. I know a lot of our guests had asked for some birds, so we're going to stop and do some birding and just have quite a relaxed drive after that, just to wait for the vet. When we came out of the lodge, this young bull elephant was feeding right at the exit. He's actually standing on a termite mound. So I know you guys know what a Wi-Fi hotspot is. We refer this as a feeding hotspot, very nutrient rich vegetation that will grow off of a termite mound. And just imagine the strength of that termite mound. That elephant, although he's not a fully grown male, still weighing probably between 3 and 4 tons. So just imagine the strength of that termite mound, all that soil.
For those of you back home, this is a nice picture for the end of your photo album. The Big 5 ending.
Quite a common sight out here are these large nests, and a lot of guests will always ask us what they are and who made them. These nests belong to this bird, a red-billed buffalo weaver. It's one of the small 5 in the African bush. The name buffalo weaver could come from the fact of their color, but I've also heard it's due to the fact that in some areas of Africa they used to follow large herds of buffalo. I don't know if you guys have heard anything else. They often like to build their nest on the northern or northwestern side of a tree. This can act as a windbreak from easterly winds or as temperature control for their nest. This acts as a good orientation tool if you're ever stuck out in the bush. Here you can see the male making the nest. They like to use acacia branches, maybe adds a bit of safety to the nest. They are communal nesters, so the male will mate with multiple females and they will lay their eggs in different chambers within the nest. So guys, we thought we'd stop here at Wild Dog Dam. It's one of the bigger dams of the reserve. We thought we'd just stop here for a break. We'll do some birding. Maybe we're lucky something comes down to drink, but we'll just sort of stretch our legs here. There's a whole group of white-faced ducks, or you'll actually hear their sound. Their new name is whistling ducks. And if you look there, there's quite a large duck, white in color and dark there on the back of the feathers. Also always known as a comb duck. Well, the old name was a knobbill duck. You'll see that's the male. It's got this big appendage growing off his beak there. They grow that in the breeding season to attract females or intimidate other males. You can see the big difference. This is the female of that comb duck. You can see a lot smaller, and also the beak very different at this time of the year. She landed in the water, and when we found her again there, she was taking the chicks off to feed into the dam. There's a whole family of Egyptian geese. Mom, dad and all the chicks. Mom and dad keeping high alert for any predators, especially any crocodiles in the water here. Can you hear the whistling ducks? There's a grey heron, a bird that feeds on fish and frogs. Uses that long sharp beak to either stab a fish or just to grab it. The next bird's quite interesting. Here he is in the front. It's called an African jacana. Now if you look very carefully just in front of him and a bit to the right, there's little birds running around in the vegetation. Those are actually the chicks. And with this bird, it's the male's job to look after the youngsters. So a female will often have multiple partners and leaves the chicks with the male. They'll actually run to him and he'll carry them under his wings to safety and move along the vegetation. Oh, that grey heron's just caught a fish, your first kill on our drives. Amazing, hey? We said we were hoping for some animals to come down and drink. There's a lone male wildebeest and there's 2 bull elephants that are making their way. They tend to always like to drink on the other side of the dam, so we're going to head over that side, see if we can get them drinking that side. Male elephants drink an incredible amount of water each and every day. On average, they could take anywhere between 160 and 200 liters just in one day. It's also a good time to come. Often if the water is deep enough, they'll come in for a swim, or they'll just head to a muddier section along the banks and start to throw mud around their body, along the ears, along the back, underneath the stomach. This is very good for sun protection for the rest of the day. A good way to get rid of maybe ticks on the underbelly, also just to cool themselves down. The males tend to usually be alone, but you also find them in small groups. It's known as an askari, when a group of male elephants hang out together. It's not for very long periods. They'll know each other as they move through the areas, but the association is quite temporary. As the elephants say, they don't brag, they just drag. This lone male wildebeest is a resident here at Wild Dog Dam. The males in this area fight for territory, and they'll actually stay within their territory. They won't leave their territory. He's got a prime spot here. He's got quite a large open area. He's got a lot of water, which is good attractant for a female. He takes a huge risk, obviously, by being attacked by lions. But like I say, they are very territorial, and they often just sit exposed like this in the middle of their territory. He's got a lot of mud on him. They also like to roll in the mud. Makes him look more impressive, more intimidating to a rival.
Guys, one of the reasons why we always choose to stop for drinks or morning coffee at Wild Dog Dam, as you can see behind me over there, there's 2 elephants coming down, wildebeest. Neil, if you pan over to the right, there's some other elephants drinking at Wild Dog Dam. It's in a fantastic drink spot just to sit and enjoy the birds. As Neil showed you in the videos earlier, all the different species of birds, white-faced whistling ducks, herons, jacanas. There's constant flow of animals moving down to Wild Dog Dam. And if we go back 2 months ago, there was hardly any water in this dam. We've had some incredible rains in the Manuleti about 2 to 3 months ago, and have filled up all these dams, which is going to make winter game viewing exceptional for Tintswalo. You can already see all the animals congregating around the water. So yeah, we're looking forward to having you guys join us in the winter so we can show you what we're enjoying now. Just to give you an idea of the Manuleti and where we are. The Manuleti is 27,000 hectares. It's situated between the Timbavati, the Sabi Sands and the Kruger National Park. We border the Sabi Sands in the south with no fences. We border the Timbavati in the north with no fences, and we run about a 30 to 35 kilometer boundary on the east with the world-renowned Kruger National Park. There are no fences with either of these reserves, so there's a flow of animals from the south, from the north and from the east into the Manuleti, and that is what makes this a real jewel. It's an untouched wilderness, very low density of vehicles. It really is amazing. Tintswalo Safari Lodge is situated along the beautiful Nwazensonso River behind me. You'll see the beautiful fig trees along the river. The lodge looks onto a beautiful dry river bed. So you get all the riverine birds and animals like bushbuck. We get a lot of leopard around the lodge. If you go into the north of the Manuleti, you get the beautiful gabbro and basalt plains with the sweet grasses. So we get big herds of wildebeest, big dazzles of zebra. If you move down towards the Sabi thickets, we get beautiful sightings of leopard down there. And then to the east we've got the very big main dam in the Manuleti, which attracts huge herds of buffalo, huge herds of elephant. So throughout the Manuleti we've got a whole wide range of vegetation and landscapes to show our guests. We started off this morning's drive with the end of an elephant on a termite mound, and we're going to end this morning's drive with 3 beautiful bull elephants on the other side of the dam, and these 2 bull elephants going to join them. So that's a nice ending.